I went through a divorce and I was staying with a friend because I didn't have a place to stay. I no longer have a place to stay and I've been looking for a while.
And that's your fault.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days.
You need help.
He didn't want that for me, so he gave me an ultimatum. And it's to stay at home and be a housewife or leave and have a career. So I left.
Are you stupid?
I know my worth, but I like the adrenaline I get.
This woman ended up homeless after divorcing her husband. She truly thought she was gonna take everything away from him. She lived with her friend for a few months and somehow ended up in the streets again. This is just the result of her own actions and poor decision. Subscribe.
After I gave him the ultimatum, he just looked at me in my face and was like, if you feel like you need to move, move. And so we went through 3 months of like chicken, where I had no friends in Vegas, no family in Vegas. I just really blurted that out. I did not mean it. I had no intention. I had no job. I had nothing. I had no plans on moving to Vegas. I thought I was going to force this man to propose to me. For 3 months, he was like, do what you got to do. You want to move, move. So the last day I was putting my stuff in the car, he came over and helped me put my stuff in the car, and we putting stuff in the trunk, and I just started crying. I'm like, you really gonna let me leave? He looked at me and he said, have a safe trip.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Once you give an ultimatum, that's usually the end of any relationship. Helping her pack is crazy. He was waiting for her to leave. That's me. Don't give an ultimatum. The petty in me will do the opposite just because. I've always said this. If they are willing to leave you if you don't marry them, they don't want you. The marriage isn't going to work anyway if you're trying to force someone to marry you. Everyone has their time coming, and that man just wasn't ready. She thought she could force him into marriage, but that man had no problem removing the headaches in his life.
Get out of my life! Now!
Want to know how I keep my man happy? I let him play with my mom.
My guess is that mom can't find a husband because she's hit the wall, or this type of thing is her type of thing.
Jenny, how old are you, honey?
I'm 34.
34. What you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Nurse. You have any kids?
I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay, why you not with the dad?
I was a house. He wanted me to be a housewife when we first met, and I decided to kind of change and wanted a career, and he didn't want that for me, so he gave me an ultimatum, and it's to stay at home and be a housewife or leave and have a career. So I left.
Girl, we want to smack you in the face right now. So let me ask you this. Was he paying all the bills?
He was.
So, and did you, when you guys got married, that was the plan?
Yes.
So basically, you had him, your husband. He was your husband?
Mm-hmm.
So he was your husband?
Yes.
You guys had a family?
Yes.
You agreed to be a stay-at-home
yes.
mom. What made you want to get a job?
When I had to constantly ask for a couple of dollars to do stuff, when it was, no, I can't do certain things that I wanted, when it was, no, we don't have enough money to do activities because, one income. And I'm like, well, this is not the lifestyle that I want to live. Like, I just don't want to sit at home and fold clothes and not actually date and have the extra money to do stuff. Like, I just didn't want to fold clothes all day long. I'm sorry.
Remember, the buyer can give rules for what he wants to purchase. You have the choice to decline the offer. She agreed to all that stuff and backed out after she didn't want to do it anymore. But I expect women to think irrationally, especially when it comes to topics on women behavior. I don't see not one woman on here commenting on this part. This is the part they go deaf on. She wanted the wedding, not the marriage. She knew all that before. Sounds like she just wanted a different man. That's always her reason. Women nowadays don't have a faithful bone in their body. This woman was in a position where most women would love to be. But she went and destroyed her marriage because she wanted to get a job. She knew all the rules before she got married, but when she no longer wanted to deal with him, she wanted out. Like he said, she wanted the wedding, not the marriage.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days.
What did you say?
My goal was 20 and I just hit 22 this morning. It's 1 p.m. now here in Paris and I need to check out because I'm going home. I really doubt I'm going to get another one on the board, either on the plane or like on my layover. So I think 22 is where we're going to cap it out. But how did I go?
This woman traveled to another country just to accomplish her body count goals, and as she was leaving, she still wanted more. This is what men have to work hard for today. Guess 22 wasn't enough.
I want some more.
Open the door.
Can I help you?
Open my door.
For what?
Because you're a man.
And you said you're a strong, independent woman, so you can't even open the door for yourself?
Okay.
What?
Remember that tonight.
All right. I got you.
No.
I got you.
Good.
Simp. Here are 3 reasons why you should not date a single mom. Reason number 1, sooner or later, she's gonna expect you to take care of her child's needs. No, you're not doing another man's job. 2, if that child's acting like a little gremlin, you're not gonna be able to discipline him the way you want.
So hi, I'm actually a single mom that went on a date with that guy a couple years ago, like a few days before he posted this video. And I just have a few things to say. If you don't want to date a single mom, that's totally fine. That's like a personal thing, no problem. But like, why do you have to put down everybody to do so? I mean, that just kind of shows like your lack of self-confidence. And the whole page is about how not to be a simp. But I mean, like, you're talking about how a single mom's going to want you to help financially eventually, yet you still live with your parents and the single mom is carrying everything of hers on her own financially. So what help would you be? There's going to be a part 2.
If you're going to advise other men on who and who not to date, make sure you are doing the same. But I understand what he's saying. And to answer her question, there's just no benefits in it for a man who dates a single mom. And no, it's not about self-confidence. It's just entering a losing battle.
Someone tell me why I keep seeing all these people on TikTok talking about dating multiple people at one time. I'm running a business, raising 2 kids alone, and going to college full-time. Who has time to date like it's a full-time job? Besides that, how can you spread yourself over 4 to 5 people and create any kind of meaningful relationship? I suppose if you weren't looking for that, that would work. But I would think most women in their 40s are not looking to spread themselves that thin. To me, if you pick one person, you see them when time permits, and if a red flag pops up, you start with someone different. Makes much more sense. That other tactic sounds exhausting. No thank you.
It's not exhausting to them because to them it's like a thrill, some kind of drug they can't live without. They enjoy toying with different people's hearts at the same time.
Swear to God, if a man even utters a single word to me ever again in my entire life, I'll fucking smash them in the fucking face. Don't speak to me! Go away! Go away! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leave me to live my life in peace! Bye! I can't. No man ever speaks to me ever again.
Another one who's mad because things didn't work out. If it's not meant to be, just let it go. Now let's look at this woman who divorced her husband and ended up homeless as a result.
I went through a divorce and I was staying with a friend because I didn't have a place to stay. And that was 4 months ago that I've been staying there, and I no longer have a place to stay, and I've been looking for a while. Some of you know and some of you don't that I have a lot of medical issues. I've had 33 surgeries, so I desperately need to keep my insurance. Anyways, yeah, I'm not asking for money. I'm not one of those people. I don't ask for help. I'm ridiculously stubborn. Ridiculously stubborn. I think I'm just trying to figure out if anyone has advice or guidance on what you do in this situation.
Honestly speaking, that is something she should have done before initiating the divorce. She should have thought, what am I going to do when I leave my husband knowing I don't have anywhere to go? This lack of thinking is what led her here.
Because I'm literally homeless at this moment. Yeah, I'm looking in different cities, states. Yeah, I've always used humor to get me through stuff. Because like some of my funniest stuff on my TikTok has been during my hardest time of my life. And right now I'm desperate, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it through this. And my budget is low is the problem. And I'm trying to figure out how to increase my budget. But I know I keep looking around, and I normally look right at the camera, but this is humiliating. Like I said, I'm not asking for your money. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you do? Like how do people get through this? Because I'm single, I don't have small kids. There's just not funding for people like me. So, God, this is f***ing depressing. This is not me. Ah! Well, you know when you're like super desperate and maybe you don't know, but you're looking at apartments or cars, whatever it is, and you see one and you're like, you try to picture your life in there, and you think, this is really, really terrible, but maybe I can make it work. I just did that. I thought, maybe I can make this work. And I go outside of it, and there's someone who works there, and I asked her, I was like, can you please just tell me honestly how safe this place is, because it's definitely in a bad area. And she looked at me and kind of looked around, and she said, honey, you're too pretty to live here. You'll get hurt. Problem is, I can't afford the places I won't get hurt. I'm beginning to get down. I don't want to get down. I've always been told that I have, people love me for my energy. People want me around because I have great energy. People fall in love with my energy. They always talk about my light, which is funny. And I'm just looking for light now. I don't know where it is.
I honestly don't wish this on anyone, but this woman broke a happy home because of her selfishness, and this is the consequences. Marriage today is base of happiness and not commitment, and that's what's wrong with it. That's why most men today won't be getting married, but there's someone out there for everyone. Stay safe.